Flatwood is a town in Braxton County, West Virginia, in the United States, which can trace its origins back to 1830. The small community is known for its railway, but came into the international spotlight for the Flatwood Monster UFO incident. Friday the 12th of September 1952 had been a day much like any other, with people going about their daily business. However, the day would take a mysterious turn. The May brothers, Ed, 13, and Freddie, 12, had been playing in the schoolyard with their 10-year-old friend, Tommy Hyer, when, at about 7:15 p.m, a bright pulsing light streaked across the sky and crashed on a nearby farm, belonging to the local farmer, G. Bailey Fisher. The boys excitedly rushed to the home of Kathleen May, where they told her what they had seen. May, who at first disbelieved the boys, finally relented to their pleas to investigate. On the way to the farm, they were joined by 3 other boys, local children Neil Nunley and Ronnie Shaver, and West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon. The group reached the top of the hill, where Nunley said they saw a pulsing red light. Lemon said he aimed a flashlight in the direction and momentarily saw a tall, man-like figure with a round, red face surrounded by a pointed, hood-like shape. The figure made a hissing sound and it glided towards the group. Lemon screamed and dropped his flashlight, causing the group to run away in utter terror. On the following day, Saturday, 7 other Braxton County residents reported seeing a Frankenstein-like monster in the hills above Flatwood. Most described this figure as approximately 10 feet tall, with a round, red face, a large pointed hood-like shape around the face, and a dark black or green body. It was also noted that the figure had small claw-like hands and clothing like folds. The group also said that they smelled a pungent mist, and some later said they were nauseated for some days after. The local sheriff and a deputy had been investigating reports of a crashed aircraft in the area. They searched the site of the reported monster, but saw, heard and smelled nothing. A. Lee Stewart Jr. of the Braxton Democrats claimed to have discovered skid marks in the field and an odd gooey deposit, and noticed that trees were singed and broken. These findings were subsequently attributed by UFO enthusiast groups as evidence of a saucer landing. News of these sightings quickly spread, and journalists flocked to the town to interview witnesses. It has been reported that 2 Air Force investigators had shown up in Flatwoods, posing as magazine writers. They were described as dressed all in black and behaved threateningly and strangely. They reportedly visited each witness and threatened them to remain silent, though the men in black's involvement in the case is mostly discredited. The case was investigated by J. Allen Hynek for the government's investigation into the UFO phenomenon, known as Project Blue Book. He concluded that bright meteors had streaked across the eastern USA at dusk that night, seen by many in Baltimore, among other places, and the monster with the claw-like arms was likely an owl, but he also conceded that there may be other unearthly explanations. Over the following decades, the residents of Flatwood have embraced their legend and erected a welcome sign which designated the town as the home of the Green Monster. Each year, the town commemorates the legend in its annual Flatwood Days festival. The Flatwood Monster has also inspired media well beyond West Virginia, inspiring books, documentaries, television series and featuring in games. Despite the disputed legend, the area attracts tourists to this day, where they can visit a museum dedicated to the incident, which houses artefacts, including a chunk of the oak tree that the monster had floated out from behind. For many of a scientific mind, the Flatwood Monster is nothing more than the mistaken identity of an owl and meteorite, but witnesses have kept to their story and swear to this day of their truthfulness. But as with all cases of folklore, it comes down to one question: do you believe?